Unqualified Experts. It's the show where, well, we're unqualified, but we try to be experts. There's a lot of people on the internet that need help. I mean, a lot. And they turn to Reddit for some reason. I don't know if they're getting good advice there, but we're going to do our best to give them advice and let them know what we think they should do. My name is Xia Anderson, and today with me I have the hilarious Ian Fidance. Ian, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Xia. I appreciate it. I'm so honored to be on the pilot episode, and I was late. I apologize. I had to shove an Asian woman under the tracks, and it really made the train late, so I apologize. I'm sorry.
I mean, look, if she was fucking acting up and lipping off, like, I understand.
Yeah.
You gotta get him out of the way.
Well, you know, it was a mass issue, and, I had to stand in solidarity with BLM and kind of give one for them, so I apologize.
That's okay. And you brought donuts, and honestly,
I brought
that makes it
donuts.
better,
They're
so
from my
thank you.
favorite pastry shop. I hope you guys enjoy them.
Donuts.
I left my apartment super early to get the donuts and be on time, but the MTA is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
yeah.
Fuck the trains. I
Yes.
don't want to deal with that shit. But donuts make it better, and we can dive right in. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever looked at Reddit. There's like it's a whole subreddit of people just asking for advice.
Yes.
Some of the shit they're asking about is fucking wild.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some of the things are like, am I the asshole? And they give that scenario. And then other advice forums. And I have had to get rid of a Reddit account because I subscribe to all these subreddits that were like, asshole behind thong, Amazon position, no pulling out. And I would just be on the subway, like, scrolling along. And I'm like, wait, I'm looking at pornography in public. I got a problem.
And people are looking over your shoulder, and you don't even realize it. That's when it becomes a real problem. You're not even thinking about other people looking at you.
I'm just like zonked out in this porn world. I'm like, what am I doing? I got to get my life together.
It's okay. I follow a lot of big boob accounts. That's like my thing. I just
nice.
so I can like longingly look at big boobs and like
Yes.
think about touching them and think about having them. And,
Nothing helps you in the morning like a cup of coffee and some good mommy milkers.
Yes, and some boobs.
Yeah.
So jumping right in, this is going to be fun. So this woman, I think it's a woman. I'm getting married in March of this year, and I'm super excited about it. My mom and dad split when I was little, and they have a really good relationship with both my dad and stepfather. My dad doesn't like my stepfather, and said that he will not be at the wedding if my stepfather goes, and that I'm going to have to choose between them. I don't want to have to choose favorites in this situation, as I love them both as father figures. What's the best option to make?
Wow.
That's fucked up.
What a shit
sucks.
move on the dad part.
Yeah.
I mean, what a petty asshole.
That's a piece of shit move. If I were her, I would just choose the stepdad over the dad because the dad's being a dick.
That's great. I would actually put it down to who buys more things on the registry. That's what I would choose first. I would say, okay, Pops, you didn't spend as much on this coffee maker that I need, so stepdad it is.
You know what? That's a good way because if you're gonna be torn between two households, you may as well get some shit out of it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, also, I would choose a stepdad because if the biological father is going to be that petty, I don't want that bad juju in my wedding or to start off this journey with my husband.
True.
And also, that's going to cause problems with other members of the family. The dad is probably not going to get along with the mom. It's going to be an issue. And, you got to stick it to this guy and teach him a lesson. I'm choosing stepdad.
Yeah, you know what? I'm choosing stepdad too. And like you said, if he's being this difficult now, that just means he's probably a difficult person in general.
Totally.
So he's just going to be a pain in the ass.
Totally, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Fuck that dad.
That one was easy.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to fuck that dad. If we could get his phone number, I would love to meet up with him.
Hey, Dad, are you down?
Yeah.
Did you leave your mom because you're gay? Or
Zaddy.
Well, I guess moving on. That was such an easy one. That was like,
There it is.
yeah, the dad sucks. Okay, here's one. I feel like this happens all the time. I feel like I've been in this situation before with
boy.
other people. I've been friends with this girl for about a year, and we moved pretty quickly in our friendship, and I developed feelings. Duh.
Wait, is this a guy?
It's a guy.
Okay.
A guy being friends.
Yes.
I want her to be happy, but I want to be happy too. I've gotten some signs that she may be interested in me, but I'm pretty confused. Wow. We work and go to college together, so there is no just cutting her out, but I'm stuck in a pickle. I don't want to lose her more than anything, but it's painful doing nothing. Anyone know what to do or have been in a similar situation? And the best friend has a boyfriend. He has a crush on this girl, and she has a boyfriend.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Buddy, give it up.
Yep.
Okay, you already sound like a simp. I want her to be happy, blah, blah, blah. You sound passive-aggressive. Fucking go out, get your dick wet somewhere else. There's a million fish in the sea, and you're fishing in your local pond. What are you doing?
Seriously, and he could look. I don't advocate this, but guys do it all the time. If you really wanted to, you could go after some other girls while still being friends and just play the long game.
Ooh.
She's probably not going to be with her boyfriend forever.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a college friendship. You haven't known each other for a while.
Yeah.
People break up. Things happen. I found it's all cyclical. Like someone that you had like a little thing with, years later you reconnect, and then that makes it more fun. I think this guy should lay the cards on the table. Or, actually, he should get another gal and then talk to the friend about her and make her jealous and see what she's missing. But this whole, I want her to be happy, blah, blah, blah. This guy's disingenuous because he's going to still be her friend and pine after her and then do things to have this expectation that he deserves certain things based on what he's done for her. And it's going to make him resentful and ruin their friendship. And it'll never be based on true friendship. He's either got to fucking move on or say how he feels, accept the response. And if he really wants her to be happy, still be your friend and change his feelings.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's the whole thing of like, I'm a nice guy, so I deserve sex. Like, the nice guys that, it's so fucking gross. You're just like, you're not a nice guy because you're coming in completely disingenuous. You're full of shit.
Yes, you're a charlatan and you're trying to pull smoke and mirror tricks and you're a piece of shit.
Yep. Yeah, no,
I've been in that situation where I've liked friends of mine and either told them, didn't work out, stayed friends, whatever. I also have a thing when, like, I can't help but be, like, flirty and stuff. And so, like, if I become friends, I'll kind of, like them. And then it'll either go somewhere or I'll get the hint and be like, oh, wow, okay, let's just be friends. You're cool.
And sometimes it just kind of goes away. Like, sometimes you get flirty and you're like, ooh, this person's cute. And then the crush kind of fades and you're like, nah, we're cool as friends.
But it is fun having a crush with someone you work with, flirting, seeing them around. But, like...
You don't necessarily need it to go anywhere.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
and if you date her, you're seeing her at school, you're seeing it at work, you're seeing her all the time. Exactly.
You're going to be like, get this bitch out of here.
Exactly.
I don't want to deal with her. I have been in this situation before. I have a friend who I made friends with him when I was like 10. Mm-hmm. So he was like my first friend in 5th grade. He was like one of the first friends I made in general. And so I wasn't thinking about boys really at that age. And I don't think he was thinking about girls. So it wasn't really until we got into high school that those like feelings started. But I was always dating other people and I really didn't feel that way about him. But he stuck around and he kept like professing his love. And after a while it gets to the point where it's like, well, we can't be friends anymore. Yeah. And we're not. We don't really talk. Like we'll talk once every couple years of like, hey, catch up. Wow, how have things been? But that's it.
Yeah. I mean, totally. Either go for it or don't. Realize you're probably not going to be friends forever and just accept the fact that years later you'll be able to look at her on Instagram with her family and judge her in your group chat.
Yeah.
You know?
That's easy.
Yeah.
Judge your group chat.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love doing that?
There it is.
It's my favorite. Going back and judging people who got fat in high school. The ones that were mean to me. I'm like, you bitch.
Yes.
How does it feel now?
Mm-hmm. You old hog.
Dumb whore. Moving on. This one is called diaper changing.
What?
I don't know what's going on with this. I don't feel comfortable letting my partner or his brother, which is the uncle, who we live with. Okay, so they live with...
Okay, wait, hold on. I don't feel comfortable living with my uncle?
No. So I don't feel comfortable letting my partner or his brother, who we live with, change our baby's diapers. Okay. So her brother-in-law, basically, like the person she's with...
And her partner.
Just the uncle.
Wait, she doesn't feel comfortable with the partner changing the baby's diapers?
Partner's brother.
Okay, why would the partner's brother change the baby's diapers?
I guess to help.
There are other ways to help.
There are other ways to help, right?
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. There's more.
Oh, God.
The reason I'm uncomfortable with the idea of the uncle changing the diapers is because he makes so many inappropriate jokes about serious issues such as child sex trafficking and child pornography. Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
Oh, wait, hold on. Are the jokes funny? Separate the art from the artist.
They They do have to be funny. If there's no punchline, you're like,
Yeah,
are you just saying statements or
Yeah.
is this like a joke? I've told him I find this incredibly disturbing and to stop, but he doesn't. He also made a comment that if he ever drank alcohol, he would, quote, probably beat up kids and babies. Oh boy.
What?
Okay. These are major red flags, including that he's not someone who respects boundaries and has a lot of childlike interests. As for the father, he used to watch a lot of barely legal porn, which I also find incredibly disturbing. I just get bad vibes all around. Used to. You don't think he still does, lady? He still does.
This
Sorry,
is
hun.
so gross. Get out of that living situation. What is your problem? Are you kidding me?
I know.
That is so gross. What the fuck?
And you have a baby.
Yeah. I mean, well, oh God, is this guy just like making jokes like, oh, who am I? I'm a Hasidic rabbi. And then he sucks the baby's penis. Like, look, I'm giving him a circumcision. Like, what? This is disgusting. This is terrible. Get that fucking child out of there. Now, here's my question.
Yeah.
With some of these advice things, you hear something like that and you go, is it my responsibility now as a voyeur in this situation to call, Child Protective Services? Is it my job to intervene or am I just reading this for entertainment?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Because then, I mean, I guess you'd have to if they're using a VPN, it might be hard to get their IP address and find out who they are and where they are. But not everybody's smart enough to think of that or
Is
do
VPN
that.
very pretty newborn?
Yeah. And that's exactly what the uncle keeps saying. He's like, oh, hey, I like your VPN.
Yeah.
She also said, I could be projecting my childhood trauma here, but I also feel like these are valid concerns. I just want to know what you people think. No, I think these are valid concerns.
No, they're totally valid.
That's your baby, dude.
Yeah, and the fact that the husband has looked at barely legal porn, the brother, I mean, they've probably both been molested.
Yeah, that's usually how it happens, right? Like people that are pedophiles have been molested as children. Like that's the cycle. Oh, you're putting your kid in that cycle.
That poor woman, that poor family, those poor guys that have to live their life like that.
Yeah.
But fuck them. Get that kid out of that house.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Get the fuck out of there. Yeah, lady.
Should we call 911 on these people?
I don't know. Can you find anonymous people on Reddit? I've never really tried to do that before.
I think you can message them.
You could.
Personally.
I guess that's true.
I mean, that's the thing. That's why I hate being involved in this stuff because I'm like, now I feel
like you should do
responsible.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I bet everyone else reading is like, oh, someone else will call Child Protective Services. Someone else will do it. And it's like, no God damn it. Sometimes you got to do it.
You got to be the one.
Like when you see something and you go, oh, someone else will call 911. You have to be the one to call 911.
You know what? That's a good point.
Something on the street.
See something, say something.
Yeah.
We're like really seeing something here.
I hope I don't see it.
Well,
I don't see any of that. What's going on in that house.
We're hearing about it.
Yes.
Maybe we'll talk about this after the show. We're like, so let's find this Reddit person.
I know.
And be like, hey, do you need a battered women's shelter? She could probably go to something like that because you don't know what situation she's in. She just had a baby. Like, can she leave?
I mean, I think the Patreon episode of this podcast should be you contacting these people.
there's the behind the scenes being like, hey, so do you need help?
Yeah.
I'll come pick you up.
I'll call and be like, hey, Mom, it's me, the baby from the future. Oh, God, you should have got me out of that house. I'm addicted to heroin now, and I can't help but molest childs. Come on now. Do the right thing. Is your baby from the future?
If that doesn't convince her to leave, I don't know what will. That'll be what does it. So yeah, she needs to get the fuck out of there.
Totally.
That's creepy as shit.
And get a friend, maybe a friend, calling back to the last question, that has a crush on her to beat the shit out of the father and brother.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, she definitely has friends that have had crushes on her before.
Yeah. Or call a football player with CTE and get him involved. And just set them loose on them.
Hey, do you want to come over for dinner?
Yeah.
Child molesters, lock the door and run out.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, lady. Yeah. Also, don't let him change the diapers. That's a good first step.
What adult man is like, hey, can I help out with the baby? I know, I'll change the diaper.
Nobody wants to change diapers.
Let me take him in the bathroom to change the diaper.
It's fucking...
Yeah.
Why is the door locked?
Yeah. I mean, at least offer to fucking, help breastfeed.
Guys can do that, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Apparently, they can produce.
Oh, someone in the booth would like to comment?
Oh my God, yes.
Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, Aaron.
I'm a father, and I have a daughter, and I helped change diapers. Does that make me less of a man?
No.
No.
Did you miss the first
you
part?
more of
Yes,
a
I missed
man.
that part.
The person said she doesn't trust her husband or the brother-in-law that lives with them to change the diaper because the brother-in-law always makes jokes about molesting children, and the husband is a big fan of barely legal porn.
So she feels uncomfortable with
She
it.
should feel uncomfortable. There's a reason, like, people are called, like, dirty uncles. And
Yeah.
I would not let, we don't let Gino Bisconti in our house anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No. And you know, if you do, you get what you got. You know?
You're asking for it.
Yeah.
I think
It's like a vampire. They can only come in if you say come inside.
Yeah. Also, breastfeeding is pretty awesome. Like, when my wife was pregnant, her tits were big.
Yeah, they're fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Why
wild, but-
do men like big breasts?
Because it reminds them of mommy.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Is it like people that are really close with their moms that like, because I've also dated guys who were like kind of disturbingly into small boobs where it creeped me out a little bit. And I was like, you know what? I'm not into this. Even though I have small boobs, you think I
There's
would
a
like that.
theory that guys that are into girls that have small boobs or that are tiny have like just a tint of pedophilia.
That's
'cause
what-
it reminds
that's
them
the
of
feeling
boys
I got.
or children. Yeah.
That's the feeling I got. I was like, you're too into this, buddy.
Dude, I really feel like we were all one head injury as a child away from being like serial killers, molesters. You know what I mean? Just like one traumatic event away from just being one of those guys.
Completely fucked.
Did a guy ever make you put on a Transformers t-shirt and then get behind you and say, pretend you're a boy?
Thank God, no. That would be a lot of therapy. I couldn't afford that.
I once was with like a really horrendous girl when I was a sex addict. And this question is for Ian.
Yes.
Ian, should I have burnt my clothes after I had sex with her?
Oh, good question.
Hilarious. Yeah, I mean, well, it all depends on if she had some luggage or not.
I did not. I was so addicted to sex that I just wanted to have sex, but she
Yep.
wasn't that attractive, so I didn't get erect because I was on cocaine and alcohol.
Oh, wow.
But then to make it up to her, the next day I had sex with her for 2 minutes, hard, just
Oh,
to prove I
God.
was a man.
Oh, wow. I've done that where like a girl finds out I've been with guys and they make a joke about me being gay. And then I'm like, all right, now I got to fuck you. And I legitimately fucked a girl and I rolled over afterwards. I go, who's gay now?
Like, now you get a hate fuck.
Yeah.
Instead of burning my clothes, should I have just lit her on fire?
Yes.
Been like, you're ugly. Why'd I do this?
Done her the favor.
Oh, that'd be fun. Wow. Thanks for the advice, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey, anytime.
That's what we're here for. We're unqualified, but we are
Yes.
experts.
Yes.
Well, that's easy. Get the fuck out of there, lady.
Yeah.
Also, moving on, and Ian, you were the perfect person to ask this question.
I love it.
I'm so excited about
Let's
this one.
do it.
So my girlfriend admitted that her fantasy is to toss my salad the next time she sees me.
Whoa.
But only if I was comfortable. I told her that I will think about it and get back to her. She agreed, telling me not to be stressed. It feels weird, but I feel kind of excited too. So does anyone have experience with this? Was it enjoyable? What should I watch out for? Any tips for me?
Well, I really think getting your salad tossed is the ejector seat of coming. It is the ripcord you got to pull to make it happen.
Oh, my goodness.
It is the best. Be comfortable with yourself. Be clean. You will make noises you've never knew could exist. And I'm a fan, and this guy's got to not only try it, but put a ring on this woman because you will never find a better gal.
It's that not only is like, yes, I'll do this, but wants to. She's like, hey, this is my thing.
That is awesome.
Want to do this.
That is awesome.
Yeah, she sounds like a fucking go-getter. I
That
like this girl. She's
rules. That's great. Now, I will suggest the best way to get it done is like on your back while she's blowing you, because if you're on all fours, you may feel too feminine. But at the same time, you don't want to feel like a baby getting its diaper changed. So, you know, you got to kind of...
right, because then you have to like lift your...
Yeah.
My husband did tell me this one story. He used to have a podcast like well, I guess not way back in the day, but a while ago. And he was talking to this one girl who apparently was like sleeping with this firefighter, and he wanted to be pegged. So I guess he just came over one day, and he was kind of fucked up. It was after work, and he was kind of drunk, and he just got naked, laid down on her bed, lifted his legs up like this,
amazing,
and said, "I'm ready."
Good for him.
He was going for what he wanted.
Look at that.
So I guess he didn't mind that.
I think the best way initially to get your ass ate is to be standing, having the girl on her knees, blowing you, and then take her head and make her like lick your balls and then go down. So you're almost like, and then she can transition up. Because in that way, you still feel like masculine, but there is a femininity of like getting your ass eaten. Best of both worlds. And he should return the favor. Don't be selfish.
Which,
Don't
by
be
the
selfish.
way, as a woman, I will tell you, it feels great for us too.
Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome.
Yes. Open, be Aladdin and enter a whole new world.
Oh, also though, just advice for shave your butthole or like wax it. Like do something so there's not a lot of hair down there.
Right.
There's nothing worse than going in and then having to like
and clean yourself, be clean, do yourself a favor, don't just come back after the gym,
All swamp ass.
or from work after being like an auto mechanic, really clean up, give her a treat, and have some fun, live your best life.
You know what? That's great advice.
Yeah.
Fucking go for it. Just relax. Relax and let it happen.
Yes. And good for her for advocating for herself.
Right?
The biggest part of a successful relationship is open and honest communication.
Yes.
I've found that intimacy is not just eye contact during sex. It is sharing your reality with someone without judgment or condemnation.
Yeah, and I think that there's also something to be said for, not everything that your partner wants to do is going to be for you.
Yeah.
And that's fine, but I don't think you should be a judgmental dick and be like, oh, you're disgusting. Why you like? There's an easy way to be like, you know what? I see why you want to do this. It's not for me. Is there something else we can do that maybe we meet in the middle? Yeah,
totally.
I agree. Express your fucking needs.
Yes.
Sex is great, especially when it's with someone who you really trust.
Totally.
With that kind of stuff.
Totally.
Oh, this is fun. Moving on.
Oh, boy.
I am a 22-year-old male currently living with my significant other / girlfriend who's a 23-year-old female, and she needs to get a hobby ASAP.
Oh, boy.
Shit. She constantly feels bored and stuck here at home, but I don't know what to do. I'm a PC gamer and have tried showing her different games to play, which she just doesn't want to play. Mm-hmm. I've tried MMOs. Lady, if you don't want to play World of Warcraft, I don't know how to help you.
It's an MMO.
It's a massive online multiplayer game. So like World of Warcraft, the newest one is, oh my God, I've been playing it. What's wrong with me? The one that Amazon just
Myst? Remember Myst?
Do you remember Myst? It was MYST, right?
Yeah, and it came with Encarta 95.
I never played it, but I know what you're talking about. RPGs, which are great, first-person shooters, RSTs, and nothing sticks with her, so she doesn't like video games. She enjoys certain games like Sky on the Switch. I've never played that. And used to play a lot of Sims. Every girl plays Sims. What is that?
I don't know.
Every girl
loves Sims.
Yeah. But she gets bored or doesn't want to take my computer away from me, even though I've told her that I'm fine just playing the Switch or something. She tried crochet or knitting or however you spell it, but she just gets frustrated and gives up. She likes VR and to play it, but I'm not really a huge fan since I get motion sickness fairly quickly. She is a part of a VR Discord, but just never talks with others and doesn't make friends that can play with her. I've tried communicating with her about finding hobbies, but she refuses to try anything I suggest and stays in an unhappy rut. I don't know what to do and it worries me, and it gets slightly annoying and repetitive when I suggest new things to her, but she shoots it down and the cycle repeats. I just don't want her feeling stuck and depressed like I did. I just need something that can distract her and something fun for her to do. Throw out any hobbies you can think of, and I will gladly suggest them to her.
Oh, wow. Here's a hobby. Go outside. They are cooped up in an apartment playing video games and like, I wonder why we're unhappy. Fucking go outside. Skim your knees. Sniff some grass, you stupid ass.
Take a fucking bike ride.
Yeah, pick up cycling. Pick up riding bikes. It's fun. Go to the park. Read outside. Go for a walk, rollerblade, ice skate, join a kickball league.
Oh, yeah, kickball's fun.
So fun.
Oh, my God.
Axe throwing. There's tons of stuff out there that doesn't involve virtual reality, the metaverse, and fucking playing video games, you fucking nerds.
Look, I'm a nerd and I love video games, but I also need outside time. And let me just say this. It honestly sounds to me like she is depressed.
Yeah, here's a hobby. Go to
therapist.
fucking a psychiatrist.
Yeah, like typically that's what happens when
Try
someone
some
gets
Zoloft.
depressed. Yeah, anything. They lose interest in things.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like your girlfriend's depressed, and I know that that can be frustrating, but she needs a different kind of support
Totally.
than just recommending hobbies. But yeah, a good one to do
Or
is
getting lost in video games. That can make you more depressed.
can make you more depressed. Yeah, absolutely. I think that you need to go outside and take a walk and find a good therapist for her and talk to her about that.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed. Yeah.
You're as someone who's gone through this a lot myself and with the person that I'm with, like it's
Totally.
yeah.
And you got to make a decision. Do you want to stay with them and go through that journey with them?
True.
Or do you say, look, this is too much for me. We're young. I, love you and will support you, but it has to be from a distance.
And you know what? That's an absolutely excellent point. Going through someone who has a mental illness, again, I've been through this, it's fucking rough.
Yeah.
It is not an easy thing to do. It is not an easy journey to take. There'll be times when you feel like you don't even know the person anymore, or they're treating you like shit, and you're like, this isn't the person I was with. I don't understand what happened. There's a lot of things like that happen, and you really, really have to love that person and be committed to that person to make that shit work, because it is hard.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
I'm getting flashbacks.
You okay, Ian?
Yeah,
no, have you done this?
Sorry. Yes. Let's
Moving on.
move on.
Yes. Oh, this is fun. This is a fun one. This is going to be much better.
Yeah.
I'm a 21-year-old guy. As you can probably guess from the title, I've never had a proper girlfriend or done the deed yet. Oh, he's a virgin. This is little soul. I'm going to be 22 soon, and I'm sick to death of not getting any action. You should probably masturbate a lot. Yesterday, I made an account on an escort site and scrolled through and found a 24-year-old female just 10 miles away from me. I drove to the city by myself close to 1 a.m. to get a feel of what it would feel like if I actually drove there to meet her. Oh my God, he's so cute. He's doing dry runs.
Yeah.
I know it sounds stupid, but I want to get familiar with the area first and things like that. I'm just confused. I know it might suck. I know 150 for an hour isn't 100% worth my time, but I don't mind the money. 150 for an hour is not bad.
Yeah.
I know when I eventually get a girlfriend, the conversation of my first time is going to come up, and I'm going to have to be honest about it. I know I'm going to live with it forever if I go through with it. At the same time, I feel this is something I need to do for myself. I've been rejected a lot recently, and I know that has, for the most part, been my fault. I could literally go through with this in the next 3 days. All I have to do is buy my condoms and drive a couple of miles. What should I do? Fucking do it, dude.
Do it. And also, don't future trip about your future partner and what they're going to think. La-di-da-di-da. This is 2022, bitch. Support sex workers, but more than that, support the losers that get them. Okay?
Fucking A.
How do you support sex work and not support the guys that supply them with the work?
Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. And this is just like anything else. This is a service that people want, and these women are there to provide it for them. Fuck you if you have a weird issue with that.
And if the money's not an issue, go for the GF experience, the old GFE.
Yeah, go on a date.
Go on a date. Make yourself comfortable. Be kind, and it'll make it a better experience.
Yes.
I say go for it, dude. More guys need to do that. And more than anything, treat them with kindness, love, and respect, because a lot of times these women are treated, like they're not human. So, go out, treat yourself, and treat her.
Hell yes. No, I 100% agree. And if you're really worrying about what some other girl is going to think about, A, you don't have to tell them because it's none of their fucking business, first of all. And B, don't be with someone who's going to judge you.
Totally.
It doesn't matter whether you have sex and you exchange that for, if you pay money or not. It doesn't matter. The sex still happens.
Without a doubt. And also, who knows? Maybe you become friends with the gal, and then when you get asked, can say, oh, to an old friend.
Yes, exactly.
And I just have to say, I really hope for this show, we clip up each of these for the answers and post it to their question so that they have the real answer.
You're like, this is it. We're not therapists, but we know what we're talking about.
Yes, I really hope that, because I feel like we're really doing a service to help these people.
You know what? I think we are too. This is sound advice. I feel like the advice you're giving and the advice that I'm giving, I feel like this is advice that you could give someone and not feel bad about.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have, this is also what I love about this. You don't have the added layer of being like, oh, this is my friend, so I don't want to give them the harsh advice or make them feel shitty. Because you kind of tiptoe around friends sometimes because you're like, I don't want to make you feel bad.
I've gotten to the point where I no longer care. You come to me for advice, you're getting the whole cold, hard facts, Jax.
You're a good friend.
Yeah.
We need more friends like that. Instead of being like, oh, I don't want to make them feel bad. You just need to be like, no, bitch, get out of your situation. It's horrible.
Yep.
Or, do the thing, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I agree.
totally.
This is the fun part of the show. Ian,
Yes.
thank you for all of your advice. You've given wonderful advice.
Oh, this is great. Thank you.
Of course.
I mean, your husband was supposed to be here today, but I think we found his replacement.
We found his replacement. Look
There
at
it
that.
is.
Sorry, Nick. I
Bye-bye.
know your back went out, but you screwed. This is a really fun. So we like to end the show reading a fun little story that we also find on Reddit. People go there to share things that have happened to them. I'm not entirely sure these are all real, but you can be the judge of that. I'm gonna send that over to you. You get to read. It's very.
Whoa. Okay, so I read all of this?
You're gonna read all of it.
Okay.
Are you a good reader? Out loud reader?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I feel like I'm reading my story. First time bisexual.
Oh, yay.
MFMF. I don't know what that means. Okay.
Male, female.
Male,
Male,
female.
female. Yeah.
Okay. My ex and I were swingers. We eventually broke up for the entirely unrelated reasons, though one ongoing experience stuck in my head and other places. And I think this community would enjoy the story. You bet, pal. We came across J and A on a swinger site. We used to like to play with other couples, and things weren't unusual about that. Unlike many swingers, we used to like to get to know people some before fooling around with them. Grammatically, speaking of syntax,
Sometimes the writing's
question's
not the best.
correct, or that sentence is not correct. Usually that meant a bottle or two of wine, a few bowls, or sometimes a dinner for people we'd been talking to first.
Okay.
Jay and I stuck out because they also like to get to spend more time talking rather than just having sex. Things started out normal enough with them, at least what we defined as normal. Having them over for a few drinks where we ended up naked. Whoopsie poopsie. A few weeks later, a dinner where we also ended up naked. I hope not at the restaurant. But unlike really anybody else, we all became good friends. Aww. I'd had sex with A, Jay's wife, and he'd had sex with mine. And they'd had sex with one another. But Jay and I never did much overt stuff together. I mean, we'd both had ourselves together inside our wives, so we touched. And my wife liked DPs, and of course we'd see each other having sex. And I got curious. That was my line, not his. Oh, no, the iPad went out.
It died.
Oh, no.
We need to fix that for future stuff.
Oh boy, okay. One day, night, Jay asked if he could kiss me. What? By then we were good friends, and so I leaned over and kissed him. It was nice but odd. I'd never kissed a man before, much less a naked one. He was a good kisser. The kissing itself wasn't so different than kissing a woman, except he had more muscle and an erect penis, as was mine. One thing led to another, and he asked if he could blow me. Sure, I answered, and reached behind to stroke him while he did. I knew he was bigger than me from the sex we'd been having, but touching a bigger penis than my own was different, but also exciting, naughty and hot. I licked my hand like I would myself and stroked him as he sucked me. Eventually, the women jumped in. At a later date, our wives were off doing something non-sexual. I think they went to the grocery store. Women be shopping. I said that, not him. Oh my God, this is so long. I gotta admit, I'm getting chubbed.
Oh, yeah.
And he asked if he could kiss me alone. Sure, I answered, and we did. By then, the four of us were entirely open, and there was no need to ask permission from the women. When I'd go on business trips, my wife would hang with them and sometimes have sex, but often just hanging out. Jay went on fewer business trips, but A would also come over. We were, I don't know, a fourple? If there is such a thing. I suppose there must be, because we'd made one. Anyway, that ended with Jay and I in bed doing 69, which was hot. Hot, hot, hot. Eventually, I told him I was close to orgasm, and he told me to finish in his mouth, which I did first. After, I kept sucking him, also touching his balls, but our wives came home and caught us, which was fine. We weren't trying to hide, so he didn't finish. Also, I gotta say, that's really gay. Coming and still wanting to suck the dick? Anyway, You should, I mean, be an adult man. Have some shame. Still, later that night, with the others watching, he was having sex with my wife. I got underneath to lick her clit while he was in her, and I asked him to finish in my mouth, and he did. Finally, I realized I wanted to try anal with him, but for some reason, didn't feel comfortable doing it with the women watching. I wonder why, faggot. Sorry, me, not him. So I told the three of them, and the women decided they'd go have a girls' night out, leaving the two of us to hang out together. The night arrived, and it was really nice. Start out with wine and dinner, like most nights, but just the two of us. That eventually led to bed, which we knew it would, and kissing and touching. I went down on him, and he was already really hard. Then I moved back up, and he used some lube and put first one, then two fingers inside me. Finally, he put himself in, and whoa, that was super intense. He kissed my neck and fucked me. I've seen some gay porn, and the guy getting usually doesn't seem to be hard, but I sure was. It was a super turn on. I went on my back with my legs up and him inside me, stroking myself while he fucked me. Eventually, he came and I came right after. We kissed and cuddled and talked. I always had a hard time talking to other men. It's easier for me to talk to women, but it was no problem talking to him. Eventually, my marriage started to fall apart for other reasons. In hindsight, fooling around with others probably helped extend it. That part of the marriage was fun, but not much else. And those two moved away. We kept in touch for a while, but drifted off. Still, I remember those times together and my first and one my only times with another man. Well, let me tell you something, pal. You're gay, be yourself, and find a man that loves you.
Good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Also, I don't know what kind of world you're living in, but, shooing your wife away to have another man fuck you isn't really a recipe for a long-lasting, happy marriage.
Yeah, it's not like something you're doing together.
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like, get
yeah.
out of here, bitch. I need this ass.
Also, I think it's way more gay to suck a guy's dick while you're having sex with a woman than to just do a man-on-man liaison.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're with a woman, which is amazing, and then you're wanting dick at the same time?
Yep, so you're like, there's no reason. Like, you're either one or the other at one.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Or when both of you are banging a woman, you don't interact.
Right. You don't, like, make eye contact.
Except to tell him to get away because he's a pussy while I fuck his wife.
Go sit
Shout
in the
out
corner.
that couple in D.C. a couple years ago.
I remember that story. You told that on, I think, Jim and Sam, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I remember that story.
Oh,
That's
my
a
God.
Great story.
Yes.
Well, Ian, this has been so fun. Thank you so much for coming on for the very first pilot episode of Unqualified
I
Experts.
really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Of
This was so
course.
fun.
You
I'd love
give
to come back.
Excellent advice. I definitely want to have you back because you're really
Thanks.
good at this.
Thank you.
And you brought donuts.
Yes.
Like, that's the way to my heart. You don't
Yes, there it is.
What do you have to plug?
Oh my goodness. Besides that man's ass, I would love to plug my Instagram, iAnimal69 on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. IanFidance.com. I need to update my dates, so follow my Instagram. That's more up to date. But February 11th to 12th, I'm going to be Laugh It Up Poughkeepsie. Going to be a fun time. Come out, say hi. If you want some advice, let me know. I'll take time on stage to give some advice to the crowd. Oh, that'll be fun. Maybe I'll start doing that. That would be
be
a
like,
good
hey,
time.
do you need help with something?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, take it from me,
Yeah.
a mentally ill, recovering alcoholic. And also, I have a great podcast, Sopranos Prima Volta, with Sam Roberts. I've never seen Sopranos. He's seen it 10 times over. I'm watching it for the first time. YouTube.com/NotSam. Every Thursday. It's a blast. And Bye Guys on Gas Digital Network with me and Zach Amico every Tuesday on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.
Guys, go support Ian.
Yeah,
He does a
thanks.
lot of stuff and he's fucking hilarious.
You're the best. Thank you.
You're the best. Thank you for being on.
Yeah.
Follow me if you're not on Xia_Land on social media. It's at on YouTube and Instagram at Xia_Land is XIA_Land. On Twitch, XiaLand, XIA_Land. On YouTube, XiaLand. Same thing on OnlyFans. Basically, just XiaLand everywhere. Follow me. I stream on Twitch. I have a YouTube channel. I'm on the Chip Chipperson podcast on It's Eric Nagel. There's a lot of fun stuff you can watch. Thank you guys so much again. This has been the first episode of Unqualified Experts.